Hi everyone, this video is entirely dedicated to people who are suffering from acne rosacea. So if you are anybody else, I suggest you do not watch this video because this is going to be heavy rosacea acne stuff. Okay, so what is rosacea? Rosacea is nothing but the flushing of the skin into that red color, the constant redness, or sometimes rosacea can be accompanied with acne, or the acne actually happens because of rosacea and it looks like the lesions have a lot of pus in them. It looks nodular or almost cystic in nature, but it is actually caused by rosacea. It can also sometimes spread to the eyes and the eyes can also look red. Now, if you are somebody who has mild rosacea or with no breakouts and just a redness that seems like it comes only while you're laughing or you're angry or you're stressed, and sometimes people might equate that redness with blushing, but it's actually flushing of the skin. There's nothing very sweet about it. It's actually a problem that your skin is suffering from. But if it is not mild and it has turned into acne rosacea for you, it's a high alert from your skin, from your system, that now is the time to go to the doctor and get it checked. I personally had acne rosacea, and this is where I struggled the most because most of the doctors equated my acne to teenage acne, while it wasn't, because it started after I turned 14 or 15 and it's almost came with me into my adulthood. So I'm going to show some pictures of myself here to make you realize that if you have something similar, you have acne rosacea, and it's very important that your dermatologist actually recognizes it for acne rosacea. Okay, typically in allopathy, the treatment of acne rosacea is blockers for the redness plus treatment for your acne separately. So even though it is acne rosacea, the treatment is sort of going to look like what a typical treatment for acne looks like, but it is going to be accompanied by something that the doctor is going to give you that reduces the redness of your skin. Now, for your acne, the treatment can vary from azelaic acid to isotretinoin, which is given in intense cases like cystic acne, the ones that I had. It can be a regular doxycycline. For blockers, I'm not really aware of proper medication for it, but in my case, my doctor actually gave me Arcomin tablets. Now, Arcomin is actually given for people with high blood pressure, but I understand the logic behind why he actually gave that tablet. I had to take 100 mcg, half a tablet during night for a month or two, but not for a really long time. Now, the reason I'm telling you about Arcomin is not for you to go over the counter and buy this and try it on yourself. Please do not self-medicate. The reason I'm talking about Arcomin is because your doctor would have different ways of approaching your rosacea, your acne, and he or she might have a different logic for it. So don't try to self-medicate. And this is where experts help because they know what is going to work for you. Right now, I'm going to talk about the reasons that could cause acne rosacea or rosacea in itself. If you're only interested in the tips that are going to help you with rosacea, please watch at the time which I'm going to write here, and you can fast forward to that timing and go through the tips. But if you are, let's say, an adult and who's been struggling with rosacea, or a teenage who has just developed rosacea, and mind you, rosacea can happen to anybody, including kids, okay? So if you are battling the psychological or the mental effects, if you're feeling down and depressed, there's a reason for it, okay? Stress has a huge role to play in terms of any skin breakout or rosacea, okay? Now, that stress can manifest into so many ways that you are unaware of. I got my acne rosacea after an intense 2 years of stress that I lived into, and I had no outlet for expression, and I was suffocated. My body expressed that through overall reduction in my immunity, and I started getting all these issues like food poisoning. I got my periods around the same time, and I was on a lot of painkillers, like hell lot of painkillers. And then I got a chronic inflammation, arthritis, which is very rare, but it did happen to me. It's called ankylosing spondylitis, and it's got to do with your overall inflammation of the body. and after I took treatment for my repeated food poisoning and the painkillers, I developed IBS, which is again which is related to your gut. Now all these issues that I've mentioned here are all chronic in nature, and they're all related to the swelling inside your body, or they all have triggers into stress. Okay, if you actually go and research for the cause of rosacea, you're not going to medically find any, but from my personal experience and by observing a lot of other people who seem to have acne or acne rosacea, I have noticed a pattern of stress, and I have noticed a pattern of not having a healthy gut. A lot of these people suffer from obesity, a lot of these people suffer from gas or acidity or GERD and stuff like that. And to my surprise, when I was researching on rosacea, I did find that the American Journal of Dermatology posted a report that talked about the connection of rosacea to other chronic disease. They have also spoken about hypertension, they have spoken about cardiovascular diseases, heart attack, and they have spoken about issues related to your digestive system, GERD and stuff like that. Okay, but they just did this experiment on a group of some 60-65 people, and that's why it's not proven medically that there could be a connection. But from what I observe, I definitely see that any skin disease which has turned into a sort of a chronic pattern has got deep roots into your psychological, your emotional, and your gut health. Okay, now moving on to the triggers of rosacea. I've already spoken about stress, and I might get back to it later in the video, so I'm going to leave that aside for now. Apart from stress, one of the other triggers for rosacea is sun. Okay, if you have developed rosacea or sensitivity, going into the sun is going to not help you at all. Okay, I used to walk to my college thinking that's really good for my health, but given the pollution and the heat, the dry heat in Bangalore, that had such an adverse effect on my skin because I never used to apply a sunblock or cover my face properly. So sun is a huge trigger. Avoid the stark heat in the afternoon. Don't walk in sun without an umbrella or a sunblock or a cover. Okay, another thing that is going to affect rosacea very badly is refined sugar and refined flour, or what we call maida. I know in India all you see is a lot of dishes made out of refined sugar and maida, but observe it for yourself. Okay, for a week, if you eat like gulab jamuns, a lot of them, or anything which is made out of maida, it's gonna affect your rosacea so badly. You are going to break out, you are going to have a flare up. Okay, you've got to reduce them. And I'm not saying eliminate them, because the moment you put a ban on your body for anything, it is going to start craving for it. So elimination is not really a solution, because once you eliminate something, the overall tolerance of your body for that thing also goes down, and then you become hypersensitive to those things. So don't completely eliminate it, but reduce it. Okay, caffeine, chai addicts out there, coffee addicts out there, if you've got rosacea, you've got to stop taking that thing. Okay, reduce it to just one time of tea or one time of coffee, and if possibly can, eliminate sugar from your coffee or reduce sugar from your tea. Stay away from fried food. For a while, when I had my rosacea at peak, I think it's been almost 2 or 3 years that I stopped eating potato fries or potato chips or anything which had a lot of sugar or salt content or fried oil. I just completely avoided those kind of foods. Okay, cheese, it's dairy, heavy dairy. Like for example, in India we have a lot of khoya sweets, we have a lot of things made out of paneer, and very heavy masala wali paneer sabjis and stuff like that. That's going to be a huge trigger for you. Milk, to a certain extent, I know a lot of people in India can still tolerate milk. So milk without sugar, without adding anything, is still fine. Curd is fine, buttermilk is fine, but cheese, paneer, and heavy dairy like that, khoya, is no, you've got to eliminate that, guys. You've got to reduce that. Another trigger that I can think of right now is taking excessive chocolate. You go out there, you binge eat all those desserts with a lot of chocolate syrup in them, or you constantly every day consuming chocolate because it is so easily available. All this chocolate with lots of sugar content and milk content in them, they're just bad for your skin. If you are somebody who's suffering from rosacea and you're consuming alcohol, that's a complete no-no, guys. If you're smoking, you already know that smoking breaks you out like almost immediately. You just gotta find a way to replace those habits with something healthy. That's it. There is no way around it. Now, coming to the solutions of rosacea, I have already spoken about how important it is for you to go and meet a doctor. Rosacea should not be taken lightly, okay? Before it breaks out into something much more painful, intense, something that can almost entirely spoil your skin, please go see a skin expert. There's no substitute for a doctor. Now, having said that, it is possible for you to deal with rosacea yourself, but that is going to be a lifestyle choice. If you've got rosacea, you've got to live in a certain way. You've got to eat in a certain way, okay? If you've got rosacea, you are already very, very susceptible to stress. Your body is going to react to any factor of stress it finds, okay? And I know there are a lot of things that can trigger you and very little things that are going to help you. Now, let's say your stress is caused by a job or your lifestyle or people in your life, your relationships. You've got to eliminate them. Switch that job. If you think you're not able to get enough sleep, if you are surrounded by people who are constantly pointing to your rosacea, if you are in a bad relationship which is mentally stressing you out, please get rid of that relationship. There are hundreds out there. Just find another one which makes you happy and which relaxes you. Your entire focus should be into relaxing, okay? All of those other triggers, that is your tea, coffee, your dairy rich food, your alcohol and your smoking, with habits which are healthy and that are going to reduce the overall swelling inside your body or the overall inflammation in your body. So what's going to help you there is actually green tea, is actually lavender tea or chamomile tea. You've got to find the tea which suits you best, okay? Reduce refined sugar to the most minimum extent that you can. Things which are already flavored like fruit juice, please don't add sugar to them. Just take them as raw, as whole. So your entire focus should be into eating things that are closer to their natural form, that are closer to their whole food form, okay? Now, you've got to give your body things that is going to cool it down, relax it down, bring down the inflammation. If you are in India, you already have access to all our spices. For example, your turmeric, your ginger, your garlic, your ginger garlic tea and stuff like that. It's going to have like a very soothing overall effect on your body. So incorporate that into your diet, but not into a form of a rich curry or a super fried masale wali sabji. Please no, not that way, okay? Then if you find that carrot, you find that cucumber, you binge eat that stuff. You find it, you jump on it, take your salads to the maximum extent. You can eat your tomato, but don't apply that tomato on your skin, because if you have rosacea, it's going to irritate your skin, okay? And very, very important, before I forget it, salicylic acid is not for people with rosacea. If you're using a cleanser which has got salicylic acid in it, stop using it immediately. Salicylic acid and rosacea will just inflame your rosacea even more, okay? You've got to stick to a face wash which doesn't necessarily have a medical property for acne, but which sticks to the pH balance of your skin. I have hundreds and hundreds of times spoken about the face wash that I use, which is Carcinil, and it's super mild and it sort of mimics the pH balance of your skin. So that's the kind of cleanser that you need to use. Please watch my first video. I've discussed all about the cleansers. Watch my video about my cystic acne, and I'm not promoting that cleanser, but it has worked for me and I've been using it for 3-4 years. please find a cleanser which can restore the balance of your skin. Using a sunblock is very, very important. For me personally, sunblock has never done well. I don't know, I always find some or other issues with these sunblocks. I feel like they irritate my skin in ways I cannot explain, and that's why vitamin C serum, I already have a video on it. You need, personally for me, I use vitamin C serum as a moisturizer, I use it as a sunblock, and of course I use it as a serum just to reduce the overall inflammation of my skin, to make it look more bright, make it look more healthy, and for its anti-aging properties. So please use vitamin C serum. You can also use oils that are going to soothe you out, okay? Lavender oil, lavender essential oil, and mix it with some other oil which your skin can tolerate, and then use it. Personally for me, what works is rosehip oil, so I've been using rosehip oil and it seems to be doing very well for my skin. No breakouts so far, and it calms my skin down. It brings out that overall swelling of my face. Try it out, it might just help you too, okay? Now another thing that you need to do is use aloe vera. Aloe vera is your friend. Grow yourself an aloe vera in the pot. I'm going to show you a way to cut it out, and then cut it out like that. Keep it in your fridge and rub it on your skin, okay? It's going to soothe it out. It's going to be cool. It's going to bring down that overall inflammation. It's going to help you restoring the immunity of your skin, okay? Apart from all this, what is important for people who are living with rosacea is that you've got to check yourself for any other kind of inflammation issue that you might have in your body. So if you have IBS, you have digestive issues, if you have GERD, acidity, try to restrict your meat to the minimum, because that causes a lot of heat. If you find tender coconut water, please include it in your diet. Even 50 ml is going to be more than enough for you. Find ways to restore the gut balance or the good bacteria in your gut. You can do that by taking buttermilk. You can do that by taking homemade curd. You can do that by taking a little bit of pickle, Indian pickle, or by taking something called sauerkraut. Any kind of fermented food is going to help your gut, okay? Also, if you're already on a medication for acne that is antibiotic in nature, that is going to affect your gut health, okay? And it might lead to another problem. So it's very, very, very important for you to introduce good bacteria, probiotics into your diet through one of these ways. And I'm not talking about living or eating like this for 1 day or 2 days. You've got to stick to this kind of lifestyle for at least 6 months to be able to see results. And not only results for your skin, it's going to help your gut, it's going to help you avoid any other chronic issue that you might develop, because your body is kind of signaling that you are at the verge of developing something which it is not able to handle, because our bodies are fantastic machines, okay? And if they break out into something, if there is a clear sign from your body, a clear signal from your body that something is so wrong that it is not able to handle it, it's your responsibility to work with your body. Talk to your body, talk to your skin, listen to it. Don't go out with those friends who are going to force you into drinking, okay? You've got to find a way to eat healthy, sleep well, cut out stress, and introduce all these nice, natural, soothing things into your skincare. There is no need for you to wear makeup. For example, if you've got a wound, do you just like put makeup on it and pretend like it's not there? No, you've got to heal it and treat it the right way. So please don't feel ashamed with rosacea. Do not feel like you constantly need to cover it up, okay? You live in India and people are pretty open to seeing people without makeup, and it's a good thing. All my videos that have spoken about acne, I have always spoken about the connection between acne and your mental health. I've always spoken about connection between acne and limiting beliefs, okay? If you are going to believe that you're not good enough, if you are going to believe that you're ugly, your skin and your entire body is going to show that to you even more. So self-acceptance is the key. You've got to move from that space to actually taking medication. Okay, one last tip before I go. So my doctor that I had visited for this acne rosacea thing, he had told me to use Otrivian on my face. You see that nasal drop, Otrivian? You might have used it yourself. So he asked me to apply Otrivian on the affected areas, keep it for half an hour, and then wash it out with water, and then apply whatever your topical cream that the doctor has suggested for you. So if you do find Otrivian, do give it a try. I am suggesting it to you, but if you have any sort of allergic reaction, please stop it. But use it in a small quantity for half an hour before going to bed, and let me know if it actually brings down the overall redness of your skin. I'll see you in another video on another topic related to acne or rosacea. Till then, take care, have fun, have faith, and have a good weekend. Bye.